No mai haere mai ki tēnei wāhi tapu. Haere mai, haere mai, haere mai, wairua tapu. Wairua tapu, ke konei koe, ka whakapai a mātau. I tēnei wā, wairua tapu, ke konei koe, ka whakapai a mātau. I tēnei wā, ko te amorangi ki mua, ko te hapai o ki.
Jai Sri Mataji. Welcome. Welcome to our ashram, Mother's Home in New Zealand.
Swagatam, 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 swagatam.
Sri Mataji came to New Zealand in 1985. On arrival, Sri Mata allowed us to perform an impromptu puja to her. It started outside and moved inside. We washed Sri Mataji's feet, and then a pink and beige sari, a gift from Warren, was presented to her and placed around her. Sri Mataji commented that she was wrapped in a lotus.
This is something that Sri Mataji said quite early on, really. Each country or continent has its place in the universe. In the universal scheme of things, you can say. They relate to the chakras, you understand? America is the Vishuddhi chakra of the universe, the subtle energy centre that resides at the throat in humans. England is the heart chakra. Now New Zealand and Australia are the lowest chakra, the Muladhara, which means the support of the root. In other words, the support of the Kundalini. But there is a very beautiful difference between them. Australia represents the innocent aspect of the Muladhara, and New Zealand the auspiciousness. To fulfill its function in the universe, New Zealand must become the essence of auspiciousness.
Sri Mataji graciously accepted a bowl made by an Auckland potter. She drew attention to the colours of the country, the three gunas, the five elements, and at the centre, the Kundalini. When we arrived at the airport, we heard that Sri Mataji's flight had been delayed for an hour and a half. This was 1985. This allowed us to drive up to the summit of Mount Eden, a dead volcanic cone in the centre of the metropolitan area. Sri Mataji looked out over the whole city, the two harbours that shape it, the coast that stretches north, the mountain and islands that surround it, blessing it all with her presence. As we were getting back into the cars, Sri Mataji drew our attention to the showers of vibrations that were cascading down at all angles from the cloud above us. They were also rising from Mother Earth, a vast and sparkling aura of vibrations around Sri Mataji Nirmala Devi and the city she was honouring.
During the puja, when the amrit was poured onto her hands, which was often done in those days, when the honey was poured through, she looked down into the tali and she smiled and she said, "Oh, it's the New Zealand there. It's the map of New Zealand." So the honey had formed a pattern in the amrit and it looked like New Zealand. So she paused the puja at that stage and asked people to take photos.
Now I think we should have our self-realization, all of us. Next time I may stay here for 2 days, I hope so, and work it out more, because somehow I feel this Christchurch has got very good vibrations.
So I'm just recalling when I first came to Sahaj Yoga in 1992, and that was in Christchurch. Now, it was interesting because I started coming to programs run by Uncle Brian and Pam at the university there, and then they said, after I've been coming for a few weeks, they said, "Oh, Sumataji's coming." So that was fantastic. I was very overjoyed to hear that.
All those who have felt cool or warm or hot breeze out of their fontanelle or on their fingers or on their hands, please raise both your hands. Please raise both your hands. No? Just put it like that. Why it should feel. We are seekers. My God, all of you most. May God bless you. I bow to you all. Your saintliness has started. But look after it. Don't leave it halfway. It's like sprouting of the seed. After sprouting it, it must grow into a tree. So respect it. Thank God we have Brian here and we have other people. And I hope they'll be having a good center here and they'll be having a follow-on.
And then after the program, Sri Mataji invited anyone to come and to meet her, which was really beautiful. We all lined up and we came to meet Sri Mataji. And I remember going in front of her and bowing in front of her, and she immediately put her hand on my forehead. She said, "Stop thinking."
Sri Mataji came and stayed at our centre in Pukenui Road in Epsom. And before she came, I remember it was very special because there were, New Zealand is of course a little bit of a small collective, so we got busy preparing the house, and Sri Mataji stayed. We knew she was going to stay at our ashram.
Sri Mataji. We moved to New Zealand in 2007. And since then we have been blessed by Mother's love and surrounded in the beautiful land of Sri Kartikeya.
In the land of a long white cloud, you are hidden without. Please give us the grace of commandment, a spirit within us. Sri Kartikeya, Sri Kartikeya, Kartikeya, Kartikeya.
In the 1990s, I was with my children in Nagpur Music Academy, and we went to the airport, and it felt a little bit wrong because I thought, well, we shouldn't impose ourselves on her. And when we arrived, were all the students from the academy and all the Nagpur yogis, a small crowd of people waiting for her. I was at the back of the crowd, but somehow it happened that the crowd parted in front of me, and here she was, looking straight into my eyes.
See, my attention is such that it penetrates into everything, and I remember each and everything very well. My memory is very good even at this age. So, you see, this attention itself is very penetrating. And when it penetrates, it carries with it all the powers that are required and acts. It's a tremendous machinery, I should say, which is very subtle and works wonders. So you start telling me if there is a miracle that has happened, miracle that has happened. Nothing is a miracle, because if you are all in my body and if my body is divine, then what is a miracle? It's all the communication, as this hand can communicate with this hand. I communicate with you. But one thing is definite, that you should not get lost with this Rupa of Mahamaya.
Jai Shri Mataji, Jai Shri Mataji.
I remember a very beautiful little story. It was Shivaratri Puja, and I had just landed in Delhi, and our New Zealand collective had collectively decided that we would give as our puja gift a big painting of the god of the forest. In Maori, we know it as Tane Mahuta. You know, Sri Mataji spontaneously decided to do a puja for the god of the forest, Sri Shagambari Devi Puja. And I was like, wow, that is so uncanny. Here we are with bringing in Tane Mahuta, the god of the forest, painting this huge painting, and mother's doing a puja. So we were all very excited, and it's such a beautiful coincidence, which is never a coincidence in Sahaj as we know it.
New Zealand, I found New Zealand to be a best in terms of vibrations, definitely, and also the people out here are really, really nice people, and as Shrimati says, the auspiciousness flows from New Zealand, and we are really experiencing that in the vibrations. Jai Shrimati.
Jai Shrimati.
Jai Shri Mataji to all my brothers and sisters throughout the world, from the land of Shri Adi Shaktis and land of Shri Kartikeya from New Zealand. This is the most beautiful land, full of vibrations. We enjoy Samundra Devta, we enjoy Mother Nature. The people here are very close to Mother Nature. You must give us an opportunity to come here and serve you with our love. Yes, Shri.
I'm very happy to be here with you after such a long time, and I missed you all very much. I know you are very far away from the rest of them, but you are always in my heart, and you shouldn't worry about the distance. We have to realize that we have entered into a new, this kind of hands you should have, not yes, if you have to sit it properly. You have to understand that we have now entered into the kingdom of God. And our culture has to change, our style has to change, our understanding has to change. Unless until we change, nobody is going to take us seriously. So this is a very small outline of the way I would like New Zealand to come up and to act in a sensible way, so that people should say that New Zealanders are the wisest insurgents. May God bless you.